A catastrophic Category 5 hurricane is about to hit Jamaica. Good morning, I'm Mike Nasa with this 8 a.m. morning update on this Tuesday morning that will go down in hurricane history as the Tuesday morning when a Category 5 storm made landfall over Jamaica. There is the morning visible satellite. You do not get any better than that. That is a perfectly symmetrical, perfectly circular, stadium effect Category 5 record-breaking hurricane getting very close to the coastline there of Jamaica. Now, this is a video in Jamaica. This is Flatbridge, not too far from Kingston. And if we go back to what you're looking at a few hours ago, it looked like that. It was an actual bridge, and now it is washed out, and that is just the beginning of what you are going to see in Jamaica. Here's the latest as of 8 a.m. I'm going to go down the particulars from the National Hurricane Center. The eye of extremely dangerous Category 5 Melissa approaching western Jamaica. Catastrophic winds, flash flooding, storm surge expected on the island today. As of 8 a.m., Hurricane Melissa was at 17.5 north, 78.1 west. That puts it only 55 miles southeast of Negril, Jamaica. And at the motion, it's going north-northeast at 7. If you do the math, it is only a couple of hours away from landfall. Maximum sustained winds remain near 175 miles per hour, with gusts well into the 200s, and it is moving north-northeast now, which means that 901 millibar pressure, which is a record-breaking pressure if it makes landfall in Jamaica. We've never had a storm this strong. Will be striking the coastline later this afternoon. Hurricane warnings are out, including for Cuba on the eastern coast and the southeast Bahamas and central Bahamas. Now here's the track through time. Later tonight, headed towards Cuba, making landfall by Wednesday morning. Still a major hurricane in Cuba. And then by Wednesday afternoon and Thursday morning, ripping through the Bahamas as a powerful hurricane, and then a hurricane very close to Bermuda by Friday morning. Again, Melissa's wrath will be felt all the way into this weekend as it moves into the Atlantic. Oh my goodness. Oh, I cannot emphasize how serious a hurricane this is, how impressively beautiful looking a hurricane this is. Perfect symmetry. And the eye wall has not gone through many fluctuations. It's maintained its intensity. I thought there was a good chance this thing would have fluctuated downwards. Maybe the inner eye would have dissipated. It appears as though it pretty much just has been shedding its skin and maintaining itself right as it beelines towards the Jamaican coastline. Here's the radar out of Cuba. And look at here, watch this eye wall. Look at how tiny, and it remains, and is solid and impressive. No signs of any eye wall replacement cycle or dissipation as it continues that motion. Look at how it was moving west. It looped north-northeast, and it has continued that directly towards the coastline of Jamaica. Heavy rainfall, as I mentioned, that bridge washing out on that video is a sign of things to come, and the rain is going to be significant. We do have a recon aircraft, as you can see, headed towards the hurricane. This is actually a Air Force 303 aircraft right here that is at 10,000 feet, headed directly towards the eye of the hurricane. It will be zigzagging around, so we'll get all the information and know just how strong this hurricane is prior to landfall. Again, there's a chance it could become a Category 4 and weaken, but at this rate, it hasn't, and it doesn't look like it will. So the impacts from Melissa, number one, it will be the strongest hurricane in recorded history to strike Jamaica. We've never had anything over Hurricane Gilbert 1988. That was 130 miles per hour, Category 4, 958 millibars, 960 millibars, somewhere in there. This is 175 mile an hour Category 5 at 901 millibars. They've never had a hurricane this strong going back at least since we have records. Secondly, This is still forecast to be a major hurricane when it strikes eastern Cuba. So if you are in areas there in Santiago de Cuba, in eastern Cuba, you're under a hurricane warning. Take the necessary precautions to protect life and property. And even though it might not be a Category 3, it should still be a powerful hurricane when it impacts the Bahamas come tomorrow on Wednesday. So again, we're going to have to deal with it. Catastrophic. Category 5 winds. Misspelled. Catastrophic. Category 5 winds and higher gusts and higher elevations. 15 to 30 inches of rainfall possible in Jamaica, higher amounts, and 9 to 13 feet of storm surge with crashing waves on top of that. Remember, you have waves set up, so you have the waves on top of the surge pushing into the coast. Look at this visible satellite imagery. The gravity waves leaving the eye of the hurricane. Outflow dynamic, spectacular in all directions. This is as good a looking a hurricane as I have ever seen, and it is about to hit land in Jamaica. Again, right around this eye is where those winds are, up to 175 miles per hour. Rainfall, I mentioned 20 to 30 inches across Jamaica. It's only going to get worse. And then that rain will spread to the north into areas there of eastern Cuba. So again, the flood threat is significant, not to mention areas of Haiti still getting rained on from this storm. A lot of the moisture on the right side will continue to pump in as the hurricane moves on across areas of Cuba later tonight and tomorrow. And so again, the flood threat for the entire area of the Greater Antilles is very significant. Obviously, the hurricane is captured and will accelerate from here on out, but not before devastating impacts on areas of Jamaica. There's the visible as the sun comes up. Just so spectacular, these images. I keep experimenting with different satellite views because this is just as amazing as we've ever seen. A Category 5 record-breaking hurricane making landfall does not happen every year. It doesn't happen every decade. But it's about to happen to the island nation of Jamaica. I'm Mike Naso with continuing video update coverage this morning on our extremely catastrophic Category 5 Hurricane Melissa. I'll be back later with more because this is not going to finish today. It's going to continue on tomorrow over Cuba and then the Bahamas. But that is the latest as of 8 a.m. Eastern Time, a Category 5 hurricane. If you are in Jamaica, this is it. Jamaica, get ready. Category 5 record-breaking Hurricane Melissa is about to strike. I'm Mike Naso with the latest on Melissa, and I'll talk to you next time. Jamaica, here it comes.